Thank you for being here and welcome, guys. So, today we'll be speaking about self love. And before we get into that, my name is Jamila Pinnock. I'm a spiritual and a self empowered coach. So, thank you, guys, and welcome. So, today we'll be speaking on self love. Self love begins with fully accepting yourself, completely accepting yourself. And for many, this sounds a bit challenging and even impossible. I totally understand, right? So, we have been conditioned to believe loving ourselves is somehow selfish, right? Or even undeserving. But what if embracing ourselves and loving ourselves is really the key to truly transform your life, right? Really think about that. What if to really transform everything in your life, start with you, start with yourself, start loving who you are, start fully embracing and loving every facet of your being, right? So, for many of us at a younger age, we were conditioned to believe that we weren't worthy, we weren't good enough, we weren't validated, right? So these were all programs that has been we were surrounded by society, environment, influence that made us to believe that fully accepting ourselves is in fact difficult. What if this is was all a myth? This wasn't true, right? Because really and truly, everything starts with yourself. Everything starts with you, right? And to really make changes in your life, it all starts with you, right? So perhaps you grew up hearing that you weren't good enough, you weren't smart enough, you weren't deserving of anything, you were stupid. Maybe these were the conversation, the statement that has been said to you repeatedly growing up. And these words that constantly saying that was around you, these actually planted a seed of self-doubt, of self not feeling worthy enough, not feeling good enough. These were words that was planted as early as possible in your life, which automatically shape your outer life, which you automatically see yourself in this way, right? So over time, these conditions form an inner voice of self-doubt, of self-criticizing, really judging yourself harshly, right? These voices constantly telling you that you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, you are not worth of love. But here's the truth. What if we can change this narrative today? What if we can rewrite, reprogram our mind to believe that we are worthy, we are loved, we are fully worthy of it all, right? We are, we basically truly are enough just the way we are, right? So, before we get into that, I'm going to look at 3 steps. How can we transform our negative self talk to into self-love? And first thing we're going to look at is first become aware. Awareness is the key of any healing, of any transformation, is become aware, because if you're not aware of it, you can't heal it. If you don't notice it, if you don't aware of the constant negative thought that you speak about yourself, if you're not paying attention of the words that you use to yourself, you can't change it, right? So to become aware of how you speak to yourself, right? That's the first thing, is become self-awareness. How do you speak to yourself? Are your thoughts full with constant self-judging, self-criticizing? Because the thing is, How you see yourself is how you see the world, is how you actually see everyone in your life. So if you constantly downgrading yourself, that's how you're going to treat the next person. That's how you're going to treat everyone in your life, basically, because you have not embodied self-worth of loving who you are and accepting self-love and self-acceptance. So really and truly, how do you speak to yourself? That's the first key step to become aware of how you treat yourself, how you speak to yourself, right? Take a moment right now and reflect. When was the last time you actually look in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you? When was the last time you actually look in the mirror in the morning while you're brushing your teeth, while you're getting ready for school, or while you're getting ready for work, and actually look in the mirror and say these words, I love you? I know for some people this might feel so uncomfortable. It may sound not real, you know. You may not be so used to this word that you actually look in the self in the mirror and telling yourself, I love you. And tell me how that feels to you. When you say those words, what the energy in your body feels like. Try it, right? Have you actually gazed at yourself and look in the mirror that I am powerful, I am beautiful, I am brave, I am courageous? Have you ever said these words to yourself? Try it and tell me, how does these words feel to you? You see, self-love starts with yourself, right? Self-love starts with you being kind to yourself, with you speaking loving words to yourself. You see, just like the way you will be treating someone kind and you will be treating somebody with respect and love, that's how you would treat yourself, right? I know for some people it might be so hard to please everybody else, but not pleasing yourself, not being kind to yourself. You will be kind to everybody else, but not kind to yourself, right? And it's all a part of our conditioning to please everybody else, to do everything for everybody else and not do for ourselves. You know, this is really hardwired in our subconscious belief that we need to be kind to everybody else and not ourselves. And that's not true, to be honest, because that's not kindness. If you're kind to everybody else and you're not kind to yourself, that's not really kindness, because kindness and love start with yourself. You're actually not giving kindness. You're actually looking for self-validation outside yourself, basically. So, as I said, it all starts with you. I'll be reading from a note that I have here. Radical self-love requires wholehearted self-acceptance. Embracing yourself fully include imperfection. You see, we believe that self-love is you got to be perfect. That's an illusion. We're not perfect. And when you realize that perfection is actually an illusion, the moment you release the pressure of being perfect, you free yourself for loving every facet of your being. I repeat, the moment we release the pressure of being perfect, you free yourself by allowing and loving every facet of your being. Because that's who you are, is to love every part of you, love your flaws, love every single part of you. That's where self-love begins, right? Is become aware of how you treat yourself, how you speak to yourself, right? Actually speaking kind words and positive words to yourself every day. Actually take the time to look in the mirror and embrace yourself and hug yourself and kiss yourself before you start anything in the morning, right? And to be honest, your past mistake do not define you, right? Instead of viewing your past mistake as a failure, look at your mistake as a lesson to be learned from, that has grown you, that has made you be the person that you are today. That's what challenges and obstacles and mistake does. It grow you, it evolve you. That's what it does. It's not a failure. It's not to downgrade yourself because you make a mistake. It's a part of our growth, right? Without mistake, we won't grow, right? Without failures, without challenges, without obstacles, we would not grow. You know, we have to grow, we have to evolve, and that's what we're here on this earth for, to really grow and to evolve, right? And the second step is really to recognize your divine essence. You know, you're not just a physical being, you're a spiritual being incarnated on this earth, right? Having a human experience. And true self love is really recognizing and acknowledge your divine essence of who you are. See yourself as an expression of God, universe, spirit, whatever you want to call it. See yourself as a unique expression of the universe, right? You are already whole. As I first started this video, you are complete, you are worthy, right? That's your true essence. You're already deeply guided, loved by the divine. And it's really connect to your divine essence of who you truly are. It's really taking the time to align with your higher self that guides you to love and to peace and alignment. And you have practiced that really connect you to your deepest essence of who you are. Prayer, simple meditation, right? Gratitude. These are all practice that connect you to your true deepest essence of who you are at your core, right? So it's become aware of your divine essence. And it's really about strengthening and connect to your divine essence. And these are all practice. As I said before, meditation, prayer, gratitude, sit in stillness, self reflect. Really ask yourself, who am I really? You know, start with that question. Really connect to who you truly are. And the third step is really the language that we use to ourselves on a daily basis. You see, one of the most ways to really reprogram or rewire our subconscious belief and embody self-love is through affirmation. It's through the words that we say to ourselves on a daily basis. What are you saying to yourself when you're all alone? What are the words? What are the thoughts that you're having when you're all alone? You know, what you constantly say to yourself. You see, the thing is, what you focus on and what you believe, that is what is going to show up in your life. You see, whatever you think about would manifest. And if you constantly believe that you're not worthy, that's what is going to manifest in your reality. And that's what's going to show up in everything that you do. And to really reshape and really reshape your words of what you say, affirmation is really about speaking highly positive words to yourself. It's not just saying affirmation once and everything will change. That's not how it works. It's really saying these affirmations with meaning, with conviction, with feelings, right? It's the repetition, constant repetition. We all know that repetition is the key to learning. You're constantly repeating it, repeating it, repeating it, and believing it, right? Affirmation has worked marvelously in my life. It has helped me to reprogram my thinking of how I see myself. You know, I I didn't believe that I was worthy enough. I didn't believe that I was good enough. I didn't believe that I would be sitting here doing this video, talking to you guys and sharing this. You know, I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe, I think other people can do it and I can't. I always believe that, you know, this this belief of not believing that I'm good enough. That was my programming. You know, I believe that somebody else is always have to be in charge, and I always think that person who have more knowledge, more skills is way better off than me. That was my programming. You know, I didn't believe in myself. And I'm telling you guys, by rewriting and reprogramming my belief every single day. I have a book that I write in every morning, or I say these words to myself every morning in the mirror. I speak these affirmations to myself, and I have seen massive change in my life basically of how I see myself. And the way I see myself, that's how I'm going to see the world, and that's what I'm going to see everybody. And when I started doing these work daily, 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 I see the changes. And that's how I'm here, sitting here and can do this video and let you know, like, listen, it's not that hard to make a change. It's just the repetition. It's to be committed to it. It's to be determined about it. It's to decide that you want to make a change, right? You're tired of feeling paralyzed and stuck and feel that the world is against you. It starts with you. For anything to change in your life, it all starts with you. And from once I realized that, I started taking responsibility, accountability for my action and my belief, and try to change the story that I was telling myself, right? And this are some example of some affirmation, and I would speak it just now. I will give you some example of words that you can use and tell yourself in the morning. You don't necessarily have to do it in the morning. You can do it anytime you choose. And these are some affirmations of self-love affirmation. And these are really powerful. You can always create affirmation that you want, that resonate with you, that feels comfortable with you. And I would start by saying, I speak kindly to myself every day, fostering empowering thoughts. You can repeat it again. I speak kindly to myself every day, fostering empowering thoughts. I am inherently worthy of love and respect. Tongue twisting. I am inherently worthy of love and respect. I am beautifully and wonderfully made, complete just as I am. I am beautifully and wonderfully made, complete just as I am. I nurture my harmonious and loving relationship with myself. I nurture a harmonious and loving relationship with myself. I honor and appreciate every facet of my being. I honor and appreciate every facet of my being. I am deserving of all the wonderful things life has to offer. I am deserving of all the wonderful things life has to offer me. I am blessed, highly favored, and grateful for all I have. I am blessed, highly favored, and grateful for all I have. Loving yourself start with the language you use to yourself, about yourself. So today, make a commitment to speak love, to speak kindness into your being. You can make the changes. It all starts with you. Saying these words, say it feel it, mean it, believe it, and watch how the world begins to shift. So, friends, this is what I end with. Everything starts with you, and everything starts by self love, loving yourself, loving who you are, connected to who you truly are. Speak love, speak kindness, and watch how your world will change, shift. Thank you guys for being here. And if you do like this video and you want more content like this, please subscribe. Thank you guys.